In this problem, Anna is a student at an adult education center. She has to go home after school to her apartment. The adult ed center is at point A and the apartment is at point B. On the way home, though, she has to stop at the elementary school to pick up her daughters. The elementary school is found at exactly the midpoint of straight line AB. And then she has to stop at the grocery store before going home. The grocery store is found on line AB at the point that divides that line with a 7:3 ratio. We want to know how far apart the elementary school and the grocery store are. The first step we will do is to find point E. Since it's the midpoint, we will be using the midpoint formula. The midpoint formula looks like this. And when we fill it in with the x and y coordinates of points A and B, the simplification will look like this. And we find that the elementary school is found at the point x equals 11, y equals 6. So let's label our drawing with that point. Now we have to find the coordinates of point G, the grocery store. To do that, we will use the ratio formula, which looks like this. Filling in the ratio formula with the x and y coordinates of points A and B, as well as the ratio 7:3, it will look like this. Simplifying, we find out that the grocery store is found at a point with x coordinate 14.6 and y coordinate 6.4. So let's label our drawing with that point. Finally, we have to find the distance between the elementary school and the grocery store. And to do that, we will use the distance formula. The distance formula looks like this. And when we fill it in with the x and y coordinates of points E and G, the simplification results in a value that rounds off to the nearest thousandth to 3.622 units. All that's left now is to apply the scale. The scale says 1 unit is equal to 120 meters. So I will multiply 3.622 by 120 and I get a value of 434.658, again if rounded to the nearest thousandth. My final answer is therefore that the elementary school and the grocery store are 434.66 meters apart, if rounded to the nearest hundredth. Take note that when doing all of these calculations, I may be writing values rounded to the nearest thousandth on my paper, but I'm actually keeping the entire value in the memory of my calculator to avoid rounding off until the final step. In this problem, we have combined the midpoint formula, the ratio formula, and the distance formula to find our answer.